Office hours, Ashutosh, are 8 to 9:30 today. So just the usual time. And then I'll also have them on Thursday, but yeah, that'll be less relevant. I might actually move the Thursday one back to Wednesday so that in case you guys have last minute questions, you can come. I'll let you know on Slack though. Okay. And then just reminders before we start into the presentations, I will expect your cameras to be on if you're presenting. Just the whole group should have their cameras on. It'll be nice to finally be able to see the faces of everybody because I know nobody really has their videos on, or that's not expected in this class. But yeah, unless you told me otherwise that you can't put your camera on if it's not working or whatever other reasons, then I will expect that. And remember, no slides. This has to be a live demo. You're gonna have 2 minutes to present. I will time you, but if you go over 2 minutes, I'm not gonna like cut you off immediately. I'll just give you a reminder. And then we'll have a few minutes more for Q&A. I'm not sure which IMs are gonna come, but I invited them all. But maybe 3 or 4 of them will come depending on their schedules. So we'll see. Don't worry about pants, Taslim. I feel like, you can only see the torso up, right? So you're good to go. All right. Okay, so we're just gonna go in order of group number, starting with foodies and then ending with, I wrote online chess site, that's my bad, I have to change it to checkers. So I'm gonna stop sharing and then foodies, why don't you all get set up with your screen and everything. Hey Ashutosh.
Hey, how are you?
Hey Anuja. Hey Kelly. And Jonathan, cool. So once you have the screen shared and ready, just let me know and I'll start timing you guys.
Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so our web app is Foodies. Our tagline is Meet Up and Eat Up. So this is a place where you can host and join group gatherings in your area, find new restaurants, new food, and just like accompany that with the social aspect. Here's a short mission statement. In the technology influence world, it's worthwhile to make real connections, meet new people in neutral settings, and enjoy the atmosphere the world has to offer. Our app is powered by Google and Yelp to make your experience as smooth as possible. So join us today and experience life. So let's do a quick demo. So let me just refresh screen. Okay, so first, successful login. We use Google Login to do this. And then after you click OK, you'll see on the right, we're gonna have a logout button. This logout button is gonna be there on every consecutive page. And then when you click on this, it'll come back to this launch pad. So let's go to search. So this uses the Yelp API. So what you have to do is input any desired address, such as, let's do Newark. You can use these radio buttons to input any kind of desired range you want. Let's just do 5,000 for now. And then we get the top 5 recommendations using the Yelp API.
Yes, and you can select, you can create event by clicking on create event button, or you can just go down to the map and click on the pins so you can create from there. The pin will show you the phone number, restaurant name, location, and rating. Then you can just create event by clicking on the create event button. And we can just input the data.
It's been 2 minutes, so just wrap it up soon.
Okay, so you can see the congratulations event, And you can also view the events from top. And you can also join and leave the event. This is it.
Okay, thank you, foodies. This looks cool. So I like the idea of being able to kind of meet up and kind of figure out, I guess, from your locations, what would be the closest spot. And if I understand correctly, you would be able to see all the events people have created on this app then. So if I create an event, then the other four of you could see that I'm the host if you go to view events.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. From the class, anybody have questions you want to ask before I ask anything? I guess while they think of stuff, I'll start it off with, what was the biggest technical challenge that you guys faced here?
So I think a lot of our challenges came from working with the APIs. At first, I know I was working on the Google login, so I struggled trying to figure out that issue. And then beyond that, I knew Anuja was a little struggling with the Yelp API. And then continuing on, it was the Google Maps and all of those issues and trying to add it to the calendar. But I think we made it work in the end.
Sure, yeah. It's always hard to predict how the APIs are gonna go when you start up. So I know you guys had to deal with changing course a few times, but it looks like you were able to do it in the end. John is asking, are the events global or location restricted?
So the events are global. We wanted to implement a friends view of the events, but we didn't get to that yet. And then because we were stumped with the calendar, because we were going to use Google in a way for the view events of friends. And since that didn't work out, we kind of pushed that to the end, and we didn't get to it.
Yeah. And a reminder that you guys only had like 4 weeks while learning new technologies to go over this. And this is 2 sprints, when usually any product that you use is going to go through like 10 sprints before it even touches users at least. Mervin's asking, how does the address search work? Does it use city names or specific addresses?
So I believe it is city names, but I do know that Anuja was the one to formally work with that API herself. So she might be, oh, she said either work. So I guess you can put in a full address or just a city.
Cool. And this is through the Yelp API. I guess they have a search feature.
Yeah.
Awesome. Any other questions? Okay, guys, good job. I think once the pandemic is over, once you're back on campus, yeah, next year, you can start using this.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank you.
great job.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move to, sorry, I put purple chat here, but I know it's movie picker, I think. Hey, Darshil. Hey, Tyler.
Hello.
Hey, Desriana. Hey, Mahi.
Okay, let me know if you guys see my screen.
Yep, we see it.
Great. Desriana will start.
Go ahead. I think you might be muted. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Today, my name is Dejiana, and today my group and I are going to be presenting our app, Tender for Movies. Currently, we're on the login page where we use Google for our login credentials, and we have our About button, which shows the purpose of our app and who created it. Now, my teammate Tyler is going to show you how the app works from the user admin's perspective.
Sure. So we're able to log in using Google Auth. So I'm going to go ahead and log in using my email. And once you've successfully logged in, you'll be taken to this create room screen where you're able to use input text in this room or in the chat box. So I'm going to create a room with the name of Tyler 5. And shortly, Desriana is going to join it on her end. So you see how both of our names are now displayed in the room. So now when everybody's in the room, you can press the everyone's in button, which only the admin has access to, which in this case is me because I created the room. Now a list of 10 genres will be generated and all users can like and dislike movies or genres. So after our 45-second timer is up, all of our genre votes will be sent to the backend where the backend will calculate the most popular genre, and then the backend will generate 10 movies within that genre for us to vote on. So we'll see in about 15 seconds that the movies will be generated.
Yes. You also have a submit button at the bottom of the screen.
Sure. So once the time is up and everyone has casted their votes for genres, we now have a list of 10 generated movies. These movies are generated off of a database, which factors in the most popular movies by the day. So these are the top movies for the action genre. So we'll go ahead and like or dislike some of them. And Desriana is also able to like or dislike her own movies, or the same movies on her end.
It's been 2 minutes, so just wrap it up soon.
Sure thing. So we'll see in 10 seconds that these votes for these movies will get sent to the backend, and the backend will calculate the movie with the most votes. So in this case, the winning movie was Mortal Kombat, but let's say that, or in addition, it displays how many people liked it, the movie rating, and the description. But let's say that you don't want this movie because let's say it's too profane, we can press the decline button and it'll load the next movie, and we can do this again. But let's say you don't like any of them, then we can restart the game and then play again.
Yeah.
And this is
from the
our
non-admin's user perspective, basically only the admin user is able to decline and go back and restart the game and stuff like that.
but this is our app. Thanks for listening.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Tyler and Desriana. This looks really cool. I can think of like thousands of times where I've gotten together with friends and we've spent like at least an hour trying to decide the right movie. And half the time we're not even happy with what we end up with. But I like that you just can throw it to an app and they'll decide it for you. So there's no arguing then. Very cool. Very cool.
I mean, you could still argue, like, if like, oh, I don't want that movie, you can decline it.
That's true. At least the anger is directed at the app though, instead of each other.
True.
So where did the movie data come from?
It's a database called the Movie DB or the Movie Database. We were planning on using either IMDb or Netflix, but they were kind of paid. You had to pay for them in order to use like any sort of decent service from them. So we found like this third-party API that works.
Okay. And were there any challenges you ran into with MovieDB?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I think in the beginning, just kind of setting it up was a little bit difficult, even just finding the API. But once we got, I guess, like used to it, the JSON objects were pretty easy to, follow, and it was pretty easy to use going forward from that. I didn't do as much of the backend stuff though, so if Thershul, you have anything to add?
Yeah, so we were planning on also including like a link to the movie trailers for whichever movie wins. But what we quickly found out was that 99.9% of the movies that they had did not have a link for the trailers, which is a downside of not paying for the API. But
Yeah.
So we ended up deciding not to have the trailer links in the system.
Makes sense. Yeah. Cool. Ashutosh asked, can you add more genres?
Not as of right now. So what we've done right now is we just let the API decide. We picked the top 10 genres on the API for that time, and we receive everything in terms of data based off of that. So API kind of handles their end with updating the database and all their things. And we just receive whatever is the top 10 on that day or at that time.
Cool. Other questions from the class?
The 15-second wait that you mentioned earlier, is that a technical issue, an API limitation, or just
The 45-second timer, we decided to go with a timer as well because it's like a room functionality. So not everybody in the room would have submitted at the same time. And if someone goes AFK in the middle, we don't want everybody else to end up just waiting for them to come back or anything like that. So you can hit submit prior, and if you hit submit, you'd still wait out the timer. It'll just show a little display saying waiting for others to finish. And once everybody is done or the timer runs out, it'll let you move on to the next page.
nice?
Any other questions? Okay, nice job, guys. Looks like you got some love on the chat. You have some potential users there, but great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's move to group 3 then, the growing tree. Hey, Ben. Hey, Andrew. Hey, Hang. And Jugi.
Hello.
Hello. Let me just get my screen up. Okay.
Okay, ready to go?
Oh, yes.
All
Hello,
right.
everyone. So we are Group 3, and the name of our web app is Group 3. So this application basically helps user to connect with their friends and family and get rewarded for staying connected. So once the user completes the events, they basically get points and can see the tree growing. So now Ben is gonna show a quick demo of the app.
Sure thing. So first I'm just gonna log on to my school email. So first we're presented with a contact book in which we can see that our list of contacts exist. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to create a new contact. I'm gonna call it new. If I try to enter in without a valid email address, it won't let me. And same thing for the number. So let's go ahead and submit it. And we see that I get added. Next, we're going to view our tree view and see where it's at right now. Right now we're a fresh account. And so right now we only have a low tree level. And so now let's look at our events. If you can see here, it came up with a reminder reminding the user of an event they have in the future, that being today. So let's go ahead and complete event today, the event today. So we completed it. And if you can see, our tree ended up growing to the next level. So here is our next tree, and we're able to see future events as well. So on the 7th, I actually have an event with someone who is an ex-friend that I'll end up deleting. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and show the functionality of deleting. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and delete them. And over here, you can see that that is now gone. And so when you delete an event, when you delete a contact, you'll end up deleting all the events. So lastly, I'm just going to go ahead and show adding an event on the next day. So let's go ahead and choose one of our events being the movies. I'm going to choose our new contact, and it's going to be a one-time event. So it's going to be non-recurring. And let's go ahead and confirm that. And if you can see here, here is the new event, and that it's not able to be completed because it's in the future. And this is our wrap.
Awesome. Looks like glad to see all the support in the chat. Andrew pointed out group 3 and group tree. That's pretty funny that you guys did that. Nice though. The UI is really nice, as AJ and some other people said. I was impressed by here, just kind of the growing tree itself, showing the levels there. One question that came to mind is this is a pretty unique idea compared to kind of the more classic use cases. So what was the inspiration here?
So at first we kind of asked everyone in the group what their idea was, and the growing tree was my idea, but I didn't think of the create new event to hang out with everyone, and each of us kind of contributed our initial idea. At first things sound kind of separate, but when we actually sit down and they're kind of like interconnected. So we just like, oh, why not just like use the idea of like hanging out, but we kind of like, we want to reward the user with something else too. So hence the tree idea come into the picture with the hanging out thing.
Okay, yeah. And Nick's asking something that I also wanted to ask. How did you make this tree grow, like in terms of technically in your code?
All right, so for the tree growth, that was Ben's implementation. And basically it starts growing fast at first, but it goes slower. So you need more events to reach level 3 than you did for level 2, and so on and so forth.
But to reach like the higher level, the user won't know like how many events do they need to complete. It's kind of like come to them as like a surprise to them. Like the more you complete, the higher you go, but you don't know how much you can like do to do that.
Yeah, some gamification there.
And yeah, Charles, it is just 5 images. It's not generated.
Yeah, generating it definitely sounds more complex, and kind of doing some graphics work there, but doable as well. Mervin's asking if this tree can die.
We haven't thought about it yet, but we don't want to, because like this idea was like started up as like when COVID started, and the idea of a pandemic is kind of like depressing already. So in the future, I don't think we'll implement that.
Yeah, or if you ghost somebody, your family members don't show up to the event. What API did you use for the calendar?
Oh boy, so basically what happened is we realized that the Google Calendar API, you needed like a verified account. So we basically rolled the calendar ourselves. And that's really what we spent the most time on, was getting the calendar to work.
Yeah, and I saw there's like a little pop-up in the bottom right that's showing like a reminder of the event. How'd you do that?
Yeah, so I did the reminder part like very last minute. And so because we don't have times on our events, all of the events technically start at 12 o'clock midnight. So for the purposes of the demo, the notifications show up all at once for that particular day.
Cool. Okay. Any other questions from the class? All right. Good work, guys. This looks really cool.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks. Okay, now let's move to group 4, beat the keys. Hey, AJ, Yusuf, Akash.
Hey.
And 1.
Naman, I'm gonna send you the link on Slack real quick.
Yeah.
So hey guys, we're group 4 and we're Beat the Keys. Beat the Keys is a multiplayer type racing game where you can invite your friends or even play solo games. And this is our landing page. So on the landing page, you have guide, why we made it, and a little bit about us. And we used Google OAuth. So I'm gonna create a new user and sign in on my personal email. And
cool. So upon logging in, you're placed into your own lobby. We generate a 4-digit invite code for you at the top left. You can just give that a quick hover over there. So you can click to copy it and share it with your friends. On the left of the screen, we have 3 of our main buttons there. In the middle, we have a list of current players in the lobby. And on the right, we have a global leaderboard, which will highlight your name and all your stats. Cool, so let's share that invite code then. So I'm gonna start it up. I'm gonna log in. So everyone that's playing, go ahead and log in. And go ahead and hit join game. And let me know when you guys are ready for the invite code.
Yep, I'm good.
I'm good too.
Nice, okay, so the code is 6713. Awesome. Okay,
Nice.
that is a lot of people.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Right. So we have a ready up system. So everyone will have to click their own checkbox. And you can also choose your own icon. Everyone's got the default smiley faces. You can choose your own icon. All right, so I'm gonna ready up.
Yep, just make sure everyone's readied up. And then
Cool.
once everyone's ready, we can press start game. So
Yep,
Yusuf, if
so
you want to.
Yep, I'll click it and it's gonna jump us all into the game. We have our individual timers and we can just start typing, and then we'll see our graphs grow as we gain more words per minute. So we have a minute from when we started typing. So we'll all end at different times. And we'll all just wait up for the last player.
Yep. This is like the hardest prompt that we have. So if you see a lot of mistakes on my screen, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and we also have the same prompt as well.
Yep.
Oh, who's winning? Oh, David. Okay.
This is unfair. My keyboard's half broken.
Yeah. Use
Really?
exclusives, Naman. Come on.
How are you in second place if your keyboard's broken?
Also fast.
He's too powerful.
Facebook fingers.
All right, so I just ran out of time.
Yep.
Cool. So it looks like AJ won, right? Yeah, 90 words per minute. Oh no, David is the winner.
David,
oh,
yeah, David.
yeah. Okay, got you. Okay. All right, cool. All right, so I'm gonna hit back to lobby then, and it's gonna direct us all back to the main lobby.
Yep.
And AJ, do you want to briefly talk about the achievements?
Sure. Give me a sec. I'm not sure what is happening to my end. I think it might be Firefox. I'm just gonna relog in and talk about the achievements. So we have an achievement screen that grows with the user. So say you get, so these show all your past achievements and all the in progress ones. So say I get an average words per minute of over 65 words per minute, it'll give me another achievement with average words per minute. And yeah, that's about it. We also implemented a logout button, and you just have to hover on the top right and just press logout. But that's about it for this app.
Thank you guys. This is really cool. The UI just looks very professional, very polished already. And it just shows that if this many people were able to test it out right now without breaking it, then it's pretty robust too. So impressed for sure. Maybe once after class, we can play this as a class on the Discord or something, but I like it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Questions. Ashutosh is asking, how does the graph grow?
It updates live as you type in. It uses chart.js library. So as you type, it can increase or decrease based on the calculated words per minute.
And what library did you use?
Chart.js.
Okay. And Sunny's asking, how are you handling so many users at once?
Well, we don't actually handle it. It's just chart.js. It can handle. I tried it with 105 players. It handled perfectly. So it's just a chart.js. It handles everything.
Cool. So looks like you didn't run into any performance issues with Socket or just updating the graphs for everybody in real time.
Yeah. How many prompts there are? We made I think it's 5 prompts, and it picks based on randomness.
Cool. And what would you say was the biggest technical challenge here?
The biggest was the database, setting up the database. Because I know AJ was working on the database and he was having a lot of issues for like days. So we all helped him out.
Yeah, okay. And last question I want to ask, unless class has any others, is how were you able to implement the rooms feature where you can join different rooms with the invite codes?
Yusuf, do you want to answer that?
Sure, yeah, I can
handled
jump
it.
in. Yeah, so in the first sprint, everyone, we kind of like future-proofed it a bit because we knew eventually we wanted to do this feature. So in the first sprint, everyone joins the same room with that had just one room ID, and then we were just able to. So I generate the invite codes on the back end. It's just 4 random digits, and we just check to make sure it doesn't already exist. And then yeah, we just kind of place everyone into the rooms using Socket.io, and then we manage the rooms in like a large like dictionary of just like active players and whether the player is ready or not, and things like that.
Got it. Got it. Okay, guys. Really good job. Really impressive. Nice.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
And good job, David, with some speed fingers right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's move to group 5, paper bowl. Hey, Park.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Andrew. Hey, John.
All right, can we get started?
Yep, go ahead.
All right, so hi guys, my name is Prabhat. I would like to introduce to you Paperbull. So Paperbull is essentially an online paper trading platform. Basically what that means is it's kind of like Robinhood, but you use fake or virtual money. Now, this is useful because beginner investors or people that are new to finance can learn the fundamentals of finance without any risk. So that means they can go ahead and research different strategies, try them out here and see if they turn a profit or a loss. So the way Paperbull works is that you can log in with Google Authentication, and then you're able to buy or sell stocks. Now we've added a leaderboard to gamify this a little bit so you can compete with your friends and see who makes more money or who loses more money. So now we're going to have Parth from our team demonstrate a little bit of our user flow.
Hey, how's it going, guys? So after you click on Let's Start Investing, it'll take you to this page. So let's look up a stock, GME, which is a GameStop ticker symbol. So one of the things that we implemented is that the user can select like a portion of the graph and then zoom into it to basically analyze like the candlesticks to kind of give the user a better experience on when they want to buy a stock at what value. So the user can buy a stock. Let's just, for example, buy like 10 stocks because we deeply believe in the GameStop app. So as soon as you buy, it'll show you like a prompt saying your new balance is this much, and then your new stock amount for this ticker symbol is 22. So press OK, cancel this. Now let's show the sell aspect. So let's sell like 5 stocks. So now you can see like the money gained is 776. Confirm sell, the same thing pops up again, 6021 stock amount. And then as soon as you're buying things here, it'll instantaneously show up in this portfolio that we created, and then the leaderboard also updates every 60 or ish seconds. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you, guys. All right. Looks good. Yeah. Sounds like something fun. And this is paper, right? So like it's not actually, it's fake money, right?
Yeah, it's fake money. We didn't spend $4,600.
Good. Yeah. It's always good to get that practice. And it's a game in itself with your friends to see like who's investing in the best way. I like the concept too. Cool. What was the biggest technical challenge that you guys had here?
So I think personally for me, one challenge that was really difficult for me was trying to implement the stock chart for any given stock. And what was difficult was formatting the data so that it can, look presentable, but also be like you can interact with it, and being able to kind of make that work was pretty difficult for me, but it worked out.
Yeah. And the charts looked really good. What did you use for the library for that?
I used Canvas.js.
Okay. Yeah, like
it's pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Lots of questions in the chat. Felix, we can start. How much do you get assigned when you join?
I'm pretty sure it's 10,000.
Yep.
So yeah.
And is this attached to the actual market? I'm guessing on the data side.
Yeah, so we can actually use that to answer the other question as well, which is which API did you use? So yeah, we it's attached to the actual market because we gather real-time real stock market data. We use stock quotes, which again, since we're trying to keep this free, it will update like the price every like 15 minutes or so. But yeah, it is the actual stock price of the stocks, and the historical data is actually accurate to what the stock market was. So yeah.
One limitation of that is we can only go 6 months back,
Mhm.
and that's a limitation because it's free. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's enough data.
Yeah, I think
more than enough.
everybody had to deal with the free API limitations there. Tyler's asking a real question. Who is able to create the highest performing portfolio out of you guys?
Definitely not me. I wasted all my money.
That's it, I think. We haven't used it for real yet, so we just
Okay,
kind of
now
make
we'll
it fun to test it out.
Well, you have a user because I'm interested in trying it out.
That's good.
Awesome. Make sure to try it out after we submit Sprint 2 because it cleans up the UI quite a bit.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Okay, any other questions from the class? All right, nice job, Paperbowl. Okay, let's move to group 6 then, cook up. Hey, Nick, Taslim, Sujin, Tejas.
Nick.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nick. I'm joined by my lovely group members, Sujin, Taslim, and Tejas, and we created Cookup. Cookup is a recipe sharing app where users are able to share their amazing recipes online. At its core, Cookup is a social platform where users dictate the content. As a guest, I can, browse to my heart's content. I can see what I want. These are all the recently posted recipes on our website. But let's say I have a little something more specific in mind. So I can come up to the search feature here, search for gluten-free recipes. And these are gluten-free recipes posted by users. If I see something down here in the tags that kind of piques my interest, say tacos, and I want to see more taco recipes, I can click this tag. And then our feed is filtered by, every recipe with this taco tag. Similarly, if I see a recipe that I like and I want to see more recipes by this user, I can click the username and see all recipes posted by that user. I can click the homepage, take me back to the default feed. And that's about it. To unlock more features, I need to log in. So I'm going to actually log into my own account. We use Twilio to send a code right to your phone. And this is two-factor identification. So let me just get the code here and log in.
So immediately after logging in, we can see some additions. If you scroll down a little bit, you might notice how the tags now have a plus icon. You can click on this icon to follow the specific tag so that the next time you log in, you can easily access recipes posted with this tag. Tags that you follow can be seen on the left-hand side menu. And again, clicking them will result in the feed filtering by that tag so that you can discover more specific recipes. You can also easily post content to our app by clicking on the Create Recipe button on top. And you can just fill that out to post a recipe. To view all of the recipes that I have posted, I can head over to my profile icon to filter my feed by just my posts. And lastly, commenting and liking allows users to interact with others in the app, giving that social feature for engagement and connection. Cookup is a recipe app that centers around discovery and engagement. Food is a great way to connect people, and our app offers a seamless way to make those connections even stronger. So thank you for your time, and we hope you enjoyed our app.
Nice job, guys. The UI looks really polished, really professional here. I love the tagging UI and everything here. It looks really kind of fully done. So good job there. My first question I want to ask you is, what was the inspiration behind the idea, and how does this kind of differentiate from other recipe or cooking websites out there?
Yeah, so we noticed that a lot of like recipe websites
are usually lacking some sort of feature. Like one recipe could sort of just like list all their own recipes, but you can't really upload your own, or like if you can upload your own, it's like lacking some sort of social aspect, or even being able to like follow certain community groups such as like gluten-free or vegetarian if that's like what you're into. So we wanted to make like one cohesive application that sort of brought everything together and allowed everyone to just come to like one centralized place.
Yeah, totally.
There's also a lot of scrolling that you have to do. I know
Yeah.
probably you've noticed that when you search something on Google, you have to go through like a whole story to get the recipe that you really
Yeah.
want. So we wanted something that was kind of exactly what you want and what you're looking for, and have the ability to see what goes into a recipe and compare things, etc.
Sure, yeah. Ashutosh is asking, how do you manage the tags?
So basically on the back end, every post has tags, and we kind of create like a individual text-based query. We're using MongoDB actually because you know, it actually offers a lot of those things that you guys saw there basically for free. We're using it for file storage. We're using it for the text search. We're using it for querying the tags, and we're using it to manage like follow tags. It's pretty dope.
Awesome. And John was asking, I know string operations are expensive, so how are these string queries so performant?
That's all Mongo. It's really
Yeah.
good.
Text indexes are beautiful.
Cool, yeah. And what was the biggest technical challenge for you guys?
I would say we used a lot of like new technologies that were like outside of class, like using Express.js on the back end, as well as setting up like MongoDB and everything. So just sort of like picking it up on the go and like being able to connect everything for me was definitely one of the biggest challenges.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Personally, I mean, the one feature that I think probably kept me up was the images. I felt like just there's so many ways to deal with file streams, and like finding the right libraries on the client side and the server side took probably like a continuous 4 to 6 hours.
Okay, wow. And this is for like passing files to from the front end to the back end, or what sort of work?
From the front end to the back end to the database, which technically probably shouldn't be using as a file storage, but it lets you do it, so I did it.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, that's definitely a beast of its own. Well, kudos to you guys to doing a lot of pretty technically challenging stuff here, and using new technologies as well. I know you use Express, Mongo, but also Twilio for login. So really cool. And you've made some people hungry now.
I was literally just about to say that. That's so weird. That's so weird.
Cool. All right. Good job, guys. Okay, group 7, stipend. Hey, Chanel, David, Neil.
Hey guys, hey Naman.
Oh, hey, Naman.
And Mervin.
Hello. I'm gonna share my screen. Okay. All right. Go ahead,
All right, I'm gonna
Shah.
start.
Okay.
So hey guys, our group's name is Stipend, and our app's name is Stipend. So we basically try to come up with an app that helps you easily split up money when you go on trips. And so you basically can create trips and add participants by putting in their Gmail accounts. And we send out emails to them with a unique join code, which they can use and join the trip. And inside of the trip, you can create certain activities like, let's say, jet ski or dinner or lunch, and you can split up money that way. And that's basically the functionality of our app. And Mervin's going to show you a quick demo.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do a quick demo of the create trip and join trip flow. So I'm going to press login, and I'll log in via my NGIT email. I'm taken to the home page. I'm gonna press create trip so I can create a trip. I'm gonna call it Paris 2021. I can input a start date, so I'll do the 11th and the 27th. And then I'm going to input Chanel's email, and I'm also going to put in my other email. And I'm going to create the trip. So here I'm taking to the trip homepage, and currently I'm the only one in here. And here is the join code. So I'm going to look at my email, and I got an email with the same join code over here. So I'm going to copy it. Oops, lost my mouse. Oh God, all right. And then I'm gonna log out and join my other, log in with my other email. So I'm on the other email, I can go to join trip, put in the join code, and now I'm here. As you can see, Chanel also joined on his side. And I'll quickly show a trip that we already made and we put some activities into. Here it's called Italy, and there's some activities in here. So one of them is pizza, another is pizza too. And here you can see the way outstanding balance works. This activity was created by my other account, and the cost of the activity is 800. There's 2 people in there, so cost per person is 400. This account has not paid yet, so my outstanding balance is 400. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, thanks guys. I like the idea for sure, because I know people always run into this issue where doing a group trip and need to figure this out. The first thing that struck me, which is really cool, is how you get that email integration going. So how did that go? What API did you use? Any challenges there?
So the way we set it up was the user sends an API call to the backend, and we set up our own stipend Gmail and use the Google SMTP server to just send all the messages out.
Got it. Okay. And I was noticing like the titles are changing for each trip. They're like flashy, different colors and stuff. So is this like automated? How did you do that?
That's all CSS. So it's a random. It randomly. So every time you click on a trip, you'll see a different image on the trip as well.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Any questions from the class? I see. Yeah, the images here. And where are you getting those images from?
It's like we have 5 or 6 images selected for now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. While the classes think of any questions, what was the biggest technical challenge you guys faced?
Personally, I would just say setting up the backend. I mainly did all this database schema, and also the initial like login with Google.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think routers was also one of the biggest challenge, because I was working on that part, and I didn't knew before this project, like I never worked with the router, so it was kind of tough in the starting, but then it got easy.
Yeah, totally. And what do you think, like if you had one more sprint, what's a high priority thing you would want to do after this?
Added the trips, definitely one thing. And be able to add more participants after, like, once you're done creating a trip.
Yeah.
Also definitely polish the UI.
Yes.
I don't think any of us was like really good at detailing and working with CSS.
Yeah. Well, it's colorful and fun, so you got that going. Okay, good job, guys. This is a cool idea and implemented well.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, now let's do group 8, the music guessing game. Hey, Albert.
Hello.
Hey, Akshay, Shahid.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Shad. Welcome to the music guessing game. Our web app allows users to face off against others in a real-time music guessing game. Our app is unique in the sense that no or very little music guessing games are available on the web, since most are on mobile devices. And it's the perfect time to sit back and relax and play a game with family and friends during the pandemic. Multiple room support is being worked on by another group member, Marco, and we have a little bug that we need to work on. But today we'll be demoing the core functionality of the app. This is the landing page with the About Us and Contact Info section. Now Akshay will log in and show you the game.
Hey everyone, I have already created my synchronized login here. When you come to the page, it automatically, when you click on that, they will check it. If you synchronously log in, then you successfully log in. When you click on the alert pop up, and when you click on the start game, sorry guys for the loud voice, it will play up the song. And when you timer is 45 seconds for the each song. When you guess the song, you can click the song and then move to the next song. And at the end, the right recently we create the 5-question quiz right now, and we are going to show the leaderboard. Here is the one I got 2, and then because they stole my previous, then shows me the again. And the chat function also working on the another side. The Albert is entering the messages, and we put all this functionality into the room, but we get encounter with the little bug into part, and the Marco is working on that, and we will fix by the tonight, and we will going to submit a final product by tomorrow. That's it, guys.
Okay, cool. Thank you, guys. I love the idea. I'm a big music fan, and I feel like I would definitely want to play this with friends because I think I can guess pretty fast.
This app goes with the trip app, the previous one, the making trip and Paris.
Okay, yeah, while you're on the trip.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, and you're seeing more and more games coming up, online games now, especially with COVID. So it fits right into the theme there. First question I want to ask, so how are you choosing these songs? Where are you getting them from?
So the songs actually come from Spotify API. One of our files is just to pull specific songs, or I guess, sorry, not specific songs, randomized songs from the Spotify API, and we just make sure that we have artists that actually have previews. So it wouldn't like error out if we were to accidentally pull an artist's songs and they have no previews.
Right, I remember that preview issue was showing up in Project One. Questions from the group, from the class? In the meantime, what was the biggest technical challenge that you faced here?
A timer one, we have to put the timer per question and the times out and move to the next question. It was the biggest challenge because every time rendering, first time we implement like a whole game timer for 3 minutes, and then try to implement on like each question gets 25 seconds, 45 seconds.
Okay. And how did you get the timer to work then in the code?
We made the separate file for the timer, and we render it into the questions where we call the questions, we put inside that if conditions.
Okay.
If the timer is a time out or the user click first, then whoever do first, then move to the next question.
Okay. And Andrew's asking, what kind of genres does it pick?
So currently
it is a randomized, and we are working on inside the room to select like a Bollywood, Hollywood, and the pop songs, everything. So inside, once the room is implemented, then you have the choice to create a room and set the room code as the previous project shows. You have to set the unique room code with your friends, and then they will join the room, and you will play that.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally see that being useful, like being able to specifically choose pop or classical or whatever you want. That'd be a good feature to add.
Yeah. So currently our game, we only have one room, like the default room.
Right.
But once rooms are implemented, because we have our code modularized, once those rooms are implemented, it shouldn't really be a problem.
Cool. Yeah. Really good idea, guys. Okay, that's it then. Nice job. Nice work. Excited to see that final product.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's keep moving then to group 9, the My Day app. Hey, Sunny.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, Upandi. Hey, Sunny and Andrew.
You can make me the host. I don't know, just the screen.
Oh, Akshay, I think you have to stop sharing your screen. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll start off. So hey everyone, so welcome to our app, My Day. So we created this app to allow users to keep their most essential information that they need in one place. So now if you scroll down, we'll go to the rest of the landing page. So this is just what the app is about. These are the core functionalities we implemented. So we have a to-do list, weather information, news headlines, and the COVID stats tracker. If you go down more, this is just the snippets of the UI on the landing page. Now we'll show the About Us page, where we have brief bios of each of us, the creators. Now we'll take you through the login process. So we implemented social login through Google. So when Sunny logs in, it'll take him to the dashboard. And this just shows the Google user profile picture and also the current day and time. If you go to personal profile, you can set your zip code and your home country. And once you hit confirm, it'll set that on the back end. So now it currently shows the weather in Clifton. If you want to search for a different location, you can do that here, but this won't change anything in the database. So now it shows the weather in Newark. Now Sunny will take you through the news updates section.
Hey everyone, so I'll be walking you guys through the news section, COVID section, and daily task section. So here, the user can search up a specific country. So let's say Brazil, and they can view the COVID stats for Brazil. In order to change this the country permanently, they can set it in the profile, personal profile page. Onto the news section, they can search up a specific topic and view the latest trending news for that specific topic. So let's say for oral, if they want to read more, then they just can click on read more button, and it'll take them to the New York Times article for that specific topic. Onto the daily task, here the user can add a task. So let's say play video games. The user can also mark it as complete and also has the option to remove the task. They can also search for past tasks by just selecting a specific month, specific date, and a year, and then that'll show them their past task. They can also go back to today's to-do task page, and then to log out, they can just click on the log out button, and it will log them out of the page. So this is our to-do app. Amandeep and Andrew will take on the questions or comments. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I love it. It's like a one-stop shop to see everything that you want. And I know I've definitely seen like people wanting this sort of thing, or where they can see everything in one page, kind of like their landing page when they first open the browser. So really cool. And I like the tutorials you got going there and all the explanations, the design. For me, one of the coolest things is that you can actually go through and search for past tasks and look through like an entire history of it as well, because I know it's not that easy to do to-do lists. So nice job overall. Mervin or Ashutosh is asking, do you use the Open Weather Map API, or how do you get that data?
All right, since I kind of handle the weather, I'm going to take this question. So yeah, we did end up using Open Weather Map API, but we didn't use just one, or I didn't just use one. I ended up using two of them because to get like the weather data for like multiple days, I ended up using there's this one call API which does that. But the issue with the one call API was that it only takes like the format of the API. You have to use latitude and longitude, which we had to like figure out how to get like the zip code to latitude longitude format, right? So in order to do that, I actually ended up using a different open weather API, which also like in the JSON response ended up giving you the latitude and longitude. So I basically took that information and used it for the other one.
Cool. Yeah. And Mervin's asking, what's the inspiration behind the logo, the lion here?
Yeah, so we wanted something that was definitely unique, and we thought the lion was like a powerful look, but then it extended towards the rest of our project because we took that yellow and we used it a lot within the project. You could see a lot of the UI has the yellow from the logo, and so we continued it.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I like the UI in that it's very like colorful, kind of like makes you feel kind of like a game or playful type of thing. So it's cool. Last question I want to ask is, what was the biggest technical challenge you guys had to deal with?
I think one of the bigger technical challenges that we had was that we actually found this bug accidentally, but when all of us were actually like using the app at once, initially like the socket call would end up going to every single person. So like, let's say like somebody had like a different weather set. Like let's say somebody had like New York and then somebody has like Clifton as the weather. When the Clifton guy logged in and went to the weather page, it would like overwrite the Clifton information for everybody. And then the same thing was happening with the news as well. So like whenever like person searched for like a news topic or something, right, it would end up searching for everybody at once, not just that one person. So in order to fix that, what we ended up doing was we basically like compared the email for the person who made the socket call. So like we basically passed it in as props through the prop type stuff. Yeah, but we basically passed in the email to the socket call from props, and then on the output we also sent out the socket email and the socket call out to the front end as well. So that way, like, and then we just did a comparison, like checking if the email who made the call is the same as the one who actually needs to display the information.
Cool.
One quick thing I just want to add to that is we also had trouble resizing the page for different screen sizes. Like I was using a monitor, so it looked a little bit different for me. But after the class where we talked about media and how to fix it, I think that helped us with our project too.
Nice. Glad that you're able to use that. Okay, guys, looks really good. I like how complex it is. You guys are wrangling with like 4 APIs at once and putting it all in one place, but looks great. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. And now our grand finale. Let's do online checkers, group 10.
Best for last.
Yeah, America.
Charles, Felix, Donovan.
I'll be sharing. Select. Am I allowed to share?
Yes, go ahead.
Is it working?
Not yet.
All right, I don't know why it's not working. Felix, you share instead.
I also don't. Oh wait, I see it. I'll go for it.
Look, my only machine that has a webcam is a Linux.
Okay. Yeah, Zoom has different compatibilities and overall just a terrible UI. So.
Can you guys see the screen?
Yep, we can see it.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
So, picture this. You plan a trip out with stipend, right? You're going out with your friends. You have a budget. You're set. You look for local food events with I currently forgot the name of the app, but you do all that. You go out. Then it's time to get back home. You sit down. You play music guesser for a while, and it's pretty fun. But then you get the sudden urge to just play some good old checkers. and this is where online checkers comes in.
Finally.
So we decided to again, this is our landing page. We decided to make an online version of checkers, in which you can log in, play with other players, see other people's stats. So here's some information about us. So we use Google Auth to log in. Once you log in, you get into this home screen where you see a leaderboard about you have basically the ranking for all the players. You get some personal stats up here that includes more information like your win percentage, and this basically gets updated each time someone plays a game. So then Charles is going to take over and kind of show us the actually.
Yeah.
Should I? Yeah.
We were gonna play a game with the professor, but since I'm explaining this part and I can't share, Felix, you join and then I'll join.
All right. So
I'll join third because then I'll be spectator.
right, cool. So Charles join. Let me know when I'm good to go.
All right, you're good.
All right. So this is
so why don't you try making a move?
Sure. So I cannot move right now since it isn't my turn.
Yeah, that's the point. That's what I'm trying to show off. We have turns. This is true. Now you see I made a move. Now he can move. And so you can, we just have checkers implemented. Can you take my piece?
Yep.
Okay,
So
guys.
Yeah, we just have checkers.
Yeah, I need to
It works.
change the spectator stuff a bit because I don't have a. As you can see by the my name appearing twice, I don't have a logout part yet. So when you come back in, it doesn't get rid of your old information when you log out. But I'm gonna fix that by Wednesday.
Felix, can you let me promote
Yeah,
this
yeah.
king so I can show them we have kings?
But I can see their game, so the basic functionality of spectating actually does work. So I can see the game, and I can,
So yeah, as you can see,
Yeah, so as many people as they want can click the link join and watch other people play, but only the first two people get to move.
yeah. So I don't think we'll have enough time to like go through the whole game.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess, but as you can see, if we get to the other side, he gets to be crowned.
Yeah, I get to move backwards now.
And then you
You
can
can jump over multiple pieces.
Yeah. Oh, you
too.
can probably. Let's see. Let's try and do it. Move like.
I can't jump like that. That's not a legal move.
No, move. Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, guys, this is good. Let's move to questions though, just for time.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Looks good. Again, I think games are super useful right now, especially online games during COVID. And I like just the UI there is pretty clear in that you click, you see like the current place where the piece is and then the possible places that you can move. That makes it really easy to play. Nick asked if your checkers get crowned. I guess you just showed that, right? You can do that, so that's cool. Andrew looks like he has some preferences there. What is FFA? I don't even know.
free for all. Basically, like if you just went no turns, it's just happening at once.
Okay, got it.
Jimmy Schwimby approves. The infamous Jimmy Schwimby.
Cool. Yeah, looks good. Definitely. I see the complexity there in managing this game. So I guess my first question is, what was the biggest technical challenge in implementing the checkers?
That's tricky. I think for me at least, it was getting the initial board, not just to work, but to work with like everyone else's stuff as well. Like our first, like combining everything, I think was our most technical nightmare. I know Charles did most of the work on the board after the initial setup. It's like the actual rules are all him.
Yeah.
So perhaps there's something there that was much harder, but for me it was that part, the getting the board set up.
Yeah, for sure. And Charles, how was it implementing those rules?
Oddly enough, Socket.io, easy, great. I loved it. React State, big problem. The only reason it works right now is because there's this really dumb hack where I use a one of the set state methods to ensure that the state actually is the most recent one. I'm not even changing the state, but if I don't do that, you won't get the most up-to-date one.
Got it.
So like we have problems doing sequential logic with the asynchronous nature of state, which is really annoying.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds about right.
A lot of enclosure functions everywhere.
Okay.
Functions within functions all over the place.
Oh, man.
Because that's actually that's another React problem. Because to get set state to work, we had to do a bunch of weirdness of that.
Yeah, sounds about right. And Amandeep is asking what happens if somebody logs out in the middle of the game.
We have code.
No, we have code for that. If you log out, it will remove you as a player. And if you log back, if someone else logs in, they'll be the new player 1 or player 2, depending on how many people are in the game.
Yeah. So if I log out and then I log back in, and then I just join the game, I should still see the board.
Cool.
And you should be able to move now. I just took my turn. Yeah, see?
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, guys. Good job implementing this. Looks good. Another game that we could potentially even play as a class afterwards. I guess we'd have a lot of spectators, but we could.
Be a long list.
Yeah. But good job. Thanks for finishing us off. All right. Okay, guys. All 10 of you guys, all 10 of these groups, I'm very impressed, proud of you guys. You can see like everybody came up with like cool ideas, complex work, so much more complex than what you did in project 2 and project 1. So I hope you guys feel proud of just how far we've come as a class in terms of learning how to build really complex software and even learn it with each other as well in teams. So really good job here. The next thing I want to do is do a quick poll and vote on the best one. Of course, everybody's was great. Not going to say there's favorites here, but as I was promising, there is extra credit for the class voted best app. So let me launch that and you guys can vote for multiple. I'm just using honor code here in terms of please don't just select your own or all 10. Think about which apps would you actually be excited to use personally. Okay. You guys are voting. It's like 80% of you already had. Awesome. Okay, I'll wait 10 more seconds, but I think everybody's voted now, apart from the TAs, or maybe they did too. Okay, wow, 100%. We got everybody voting. Okay, drum roll. Here is our winner for this class. It is Beat the Keys. So good job to that group. I forget all the names in there, but that was a really cool app for sure. It looked really polished, really kind of robust, and something that I definitely want to play more and beat David on. So really good job to Beat the Keys. But let's see who else. Looks like in second place, we have the Growing Tree there. Movie Picker and Paper Bowl were third, Cook Up. Everybody got some votes at least. So you guys have users in some sense, even if you didn't have the most. Congrats to that team though. Well deserved for sure. AJ, Yusuf, Akash, and Mun. Really good job, guys. But of course, everybody's a winner here, okay? You all did really good job. Okay, final thoughts I just want to give now before I end our last class. First thing, you guys have done an amazing job through this class. I've learned a lot from you. Hopefully you've learned a lot from me in this class in general. And overall, I'm just really proud of the hard work you've been putting in. I know there's been some tough parts with like project 2, especially in the middle of the semester in getting everything done, but you've made it to this point. So I really hope you feel proud of yourself and that you really have what it takes to be a good software engineer. The second thing is, I know getting a job is going to be one of the main things on your mind, getting an internship or a job in the next years, but I can't say it's going to be easy, but keep trying, keep applying everywhere, keep practicing on interviews, and keep learning from failures, and you will get there at some point. Everybody has to go through tons of tries, but if you keep doing that, I know that all of you can do it. And if you don't get a job, this season or this cycle, remember it's not over. One of the best things about CS and kind of software engineering is that you can do a lot of stuff on your own. You can work on your own personal projects. You can contribute to open source projects, and you can build your resume up from there and keep trying. So again, everybody here has what it takes to be a great software engineer or whatever else you may want to be, and you've definitely proven yourselves in 490. Final thing is, I am going to be here to support you however I can in the next week, in the next month, in the next years even. You can hit me up in like 5 years after not having said anything, and I'll be happy to help you or talk to you however I can. And yeah, the last thing, very last thing, remember to submit Sprint 2 on Canvas tomorrow night. I have a last homework just about connecting us. I created a Discord server where we can hopefully keep in touch even after class. And I know a lot of you have joined already. If you haven't though, please go ahead and join if you want to keep in touch. I'm also adding my personal email and my LinkedIn as well. Okay, I'm gonna miss you guys. It's been a really good semester, and I'll stay back for 10 minutes if there's questions, but otherwise I'll read the chat. Thank you, yeah. Thank you, Mervin. Really glad to hear, Ben. Thanks, John. That means a lot, guys. Of course.
Thank you for the course, Naman. Have a good one.
Thanks, Prabhat. Yeah. And good luck on your finals the next 2 weeks. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Andrew, Sujin, Tejas, Mun, Jonathan, Kelly, David. Thank you. Thank you. No cap, Nick. Thanks, AJ. Thanks, Ben. Thanks, Shahid, Shanil. Thanks, Desriana, Andrew, Sunny. Really good to hear. Of course.
Thank you for everything, Aman. Have a good one.
All right, you too, AJ. Thank you. Thanks, Ben. Love to see that.